Okay. Go!
Will you hand me my screen box?
Now go.
This is in the matter of Richardson. That's file J-25-329-NA. I've received a petition yesterday, on the 3rd, alleging that Genevieve was in need of being taken into custody, protective custody, because there had been a case started in Wayne County where there were allegations that mom had some mental health issues and was making false allegations, and so the child, I believe, was taken into custody, and we have scheduled this hearing for today. If I could have everybody place their names on the record, please, starting with Ms. Delaney from MDHHS.
Julie Delaney, Children's Protective Services for Otsego County, State of Michigan.
I have somebody from Wayne County MDHHS as well. Is that correct?
Good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Rader, CPS Supervisor from Wayne County.
Thank you. Then I have a Cody Snipes. Who are you, sir? Well, Mr. Snipes is having difficulty with his phone, but I believe he is the natural father of the child. We have someone on an iPhone. Who is that, please?
That's it. Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Drulard. I'm an attorney, and I represent the mother, Rebecca.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then I have somebody identified by their phone by Randy and Mary. Who is that, please?
This is Rebecca Richardson. I do not have my laptop or my phone as it was taken into custody by the Oakland County Sheriff's Department.
All right, and you are the mother, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, so I have the mother and the father.
Also, I want to state for the record that when my daughter was taken into custody, both of the safety plan people that were with my daughter and myself were present.
And I'm Mary Richardson. I was present with Genevieve Richardson at all times. And this is my husband, Randy Richardson.
Randy Richardson.
All right, thank you all very much. I appreciate that. Purpose of today's hearing is simply to give me some information, a little bit of information to verify the allegations in the original petition that was presented to me, to make sure that we have sufficient attorneys representing all of the parties. My understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, DHHS, that the case will likely be transferred back down to Wayne County. Is that where mom and child had been living? So today is just to make sure that we've dotted the I's and crossed the T's as far as protective custody goes. So we have the parents present. Are there any other than Wayne County CPS, are there any other pending cases involving this child that where another court might have jurisdiction already?
Yes, there are, Your Honor. There's a pending case in the state of Louisiana, a custody action that was filed by father. There's a pending in which the father was awarded an order for custody of the child. There is a pending court order out of Wayne County Circuit Court that I represent the mother in, where she was also awarded temporary sole custody of Genevieve. And there is also a pending family division juvenile neglect case concerning Genevieve that was filed by MDHHS. The caseworker on that case who's been involved in this case is not present today. Her name is Octavia Johnson. And that matter is pending also. That matter was scheduled for a preliminary hearing at which I represent Ms. Richardson also. And that matter was adjourned because the referee was unclear about jurisdiction. And I just want to place an objection on the record to several things. First of all, this action should be dismissed and the child immediately returned to the mother because of lack of jurisdiction due to a prior action pending involving the same minor child in a different circuit court that is pending preliminary hearing. That's one. And then substantively, that there is no imminent risk of harm. And we do not have the caseworker here, Ann Sullivan, nor do we have Octavia Johnson here, the two primary witnesses for MDHHS who have been personally involved in this case. I understand we have supervisors here, but this child was subject to a safety plan, and we have prior jurisdiction by Wayne County, and there was no court order issued by Wayne County to remove the child. This is probably, in my 30 years of practice, Your Honor, one of the most egregious instances of forum shopping that I've ever seen. This matter should not have, I was present. I facilitated a well check on the minor child by Ann Sullivan of Otsego County DHS or CPS. That was performed. I personally spoke to Ms. To the caseworker 2 days ago and confirmed with her that she did a well check and that the child was safe and was well. After that, I got notice from my client that the state police were at her door to execute a court order to take the child into protective custody. So, and the child was taken into protective custody. This is an infant child who is breastfeeding with mom, who mom indicates has an allergy to formula. And it just, Your Honor, I'm trying to keep my emotions out of it, but this has no business being here before the court on a holiday weekend. This child is safe, has always been safe with mother, but also the safety plan that was implemented by Wayne CPS to have the maternal grandparents also involved in the care of the child has ensured the child's safety as well. And Mary and Randy Richardson are those individuals, Your Honor. And there was never a court order or a safety plan indicating that mom's contact with the minor child be in any way restricted. No means whatsoever. So, as you could well imagine, my client was shocked and extremely upset to see state troopers and CPS taking the child into protective custody. There's been nothing that's transpired from the time that I spoke to Ann Sullivan a few days ago until recently, where the child was taken into custody. So it's extremely disappointing, and I would ask that the court terminate that order and allow Wayne County to exercise jurisdiction. And my client will continue to abide by the terms of the safety plan that was already in effect.
Thank you, counsel.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to discuss those things in just a minute, but I want to make sure that I get all the important rights to the parties first, and then we'll move forward with discussing the court's jurisdiction and where the child goes from here forward. So, mom, as the respondent that's named in the petition, you have the right to an attorney, and you brought your attorney with you to court, and you continue to have that right to have that attorney with you. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. You have the right to admit or deny the allegations in the petition. And I'm assuming, based on counsel's conversation with me just a moment ago, that you're going to be denying those allegations. So I wanted to make sure that you were advised of all of those rights. The court at this point is not going to make a decision on whether to authorize the petition, because I do believe that the court that should be dealing with this case is, in fact, the Wayne County Court. So I view my position today as simply making a record of why the court was asked to take the child into protective custody, and then there will be a change of transfer of venue, transfer of jurisdiction back down to the Wayne County court system. My view is that the child was found within this county. That gives the court jurisdiction at that time. But there's already been a CPS case opened in Wayne County on the same subject matter and with the same parties. So that was a prior court with jurisdiction. I believe that the jurisdictional issue is proper for this court to take protective custody of the child. but I do not think it would be appropriate for this court to, as counsel indicated, be a forum shopping for continuing action with the court. So that's where I am anticipating where we're going to go. Ms. Delaney, could you indicate your information as to the need for protective custody for the child?
Your Honor, I need to defer to Mr. Rader. My role in this case was extremely limited on Thursday evening.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mr. Rader, could you tell the court the need for protective custody of the child?
There's been an ongoing investigation regarding this child since early May of this year. We received a complaint that the child was allegedly to be deceased. And when we investigated, we found the child was not deceased. We have concerns of ongoing issues with mom's mental health due to the fact that she faked the child's death to try to bypass a DNA test that was court-ordered in Louisiana. Furthermore, we believe that the child would be at risk, as mom's also under investigation by various police departments here in not only Oakland County, but Wayne County for impersonating a detective and also emailing threats through a Oakland County judge.
Were there threats made towards the child by the mother, or was there some indication that she was going to kill the child? I believe I read that in one of the reports or in one of the parts of the petition.
It was brought to my attention that is a concern. I don't know the specifics of that because I'm actually a supervisor covering for the assigned supervisor.
And then what led up to the child being found in Otsego County and the request being made to Otsego County CPS to take and place the child?
So the petitioner, Octavia Johnson, and another one of my employees went to go try to do a well-being check on the child and see how the child's doing pending our court case here in Wayne County. They're not able to locate the child here in Wayne County. There's concerns that this family also has possibly residency in Louisiana. So we were concerned for the fact that, they could possibly be fleeing the state or Wayne County in general. And that's when we had information that there's a relative in York County, Your Honor. And that's when we asked for Otsego County to go out there and verify the well-being of the child. And in accordance with conferencing with our Michigan Attorney General's office, who represents us here, DHHS here in Wayne County, they said we should try to file this petition, try to get a removal order on this child based on the information that, this family could try to flee with the child.
All right. And the intention of your office, is it not to continue the case here in Otsego County, but simply as a means of protective custody for the child now and then continuing of the case in Wayne County? Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. So you'd be asking this court to simply authorize the protective custody of the order that was issued and then transfer the jurisdiction down to Wayne County. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'd like to respond to that, Your Honor, whenever you'll allow me to.
Absolutely. I just want to make sure I've asked all the questions that I have for DHHS first, and I'll be happy to give you an opportunity to comment and respond if you need to.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Rader, do you believe that there would be a substantial risk of harm to the child's life, physical health, and mental well-being if the child was to remain with the mother at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and why do you believe that?
Based on, as I stated earlier, Your Honor, the fact that she faked the child's death as a part to avoiding a court order. We suspect the mother has untreated mental health. She would be pretending to be the father, Mr. Cody Snipes, and emailing various threats to individuals. I believe these are indicative of these type of actions are not indicative of someone in a normal frame of mind, and that it could lead to poor decision making, that could lead to harm to the child based on everything we've encountered, investigated, and observed. All right, thank you, sir. Do you believe that there are any other service or other arrangements that would reasonably available to adequately safeguard the child from the substantial risk of harm?
other than taking the child into protective custody and placing it with DHHS?
No, Your Honor.
Do you believe that it is continuing the child's residence with the mother would be contrary to the child's welfare?
Yes.
And would that be for the same reasons that you just recently placed on the record?
Yes.
All right. And do you believe that the reasonable efforts were made to eliminate the need for removal of the child from the mother?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you tell me what those were?
We interviewed multiple. We interviewed multiple individuals for this investigation. We've coordinated this investigation with the police. We've obtained and reviewed medical records from the lab testing company that did the DNA testing. We provided the family community resource guide, and we've obtained and reviewed multiple police reports from, including like the Canton Police, the Oakland County Sheriff's Department, the Army Police, and out-of-state records from the Vernon Parish Police or County. We also have done numerous polls of friend of court records here in Wayne County, as there are multiple cases going on at one point, and they're still ongoing. And we made contacts with working with attorneys for both sides of the parents, and reviewed all the medical records that we had for the child.
Do you believe that the conditions away from the parent are adequate to safeguard the child's best interest at this point, health and welfare?
Yes, Your Honor.
And where is the child currently being placed?
The child was placed overnight on the 3rd in a licensed foster home here in Wayne County. Mr. Snipes did come up from Louisiana, and he arrived in town yesterday, and the child was released to his care.
All right.
I also do want to note that we did have Louisiana do assessment of father's home, and it was found to be appropriate.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, counsel, your thoughts?
I have some questions for Mr. Rader.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Rader, in your list of reasons that you testified to about what causes you to believe that the child is in substantial risk of harm if she is returned to her mother's care, you were turning your head to the side. Were you looking at a petition? Were you looking at a document?
I was just looking at quick notes on the petition, just so I refresh my memory.
Okay. And those allegations were contained in the petition that was filed for removal in Wayne County, correct?
Correct.
When were those filed?
There were numerous ones filed. I know that initially we had issues with paternity issues and who the father was.
When was the most recent petition filed in Wayne County that contained those allegations?
The amended petition that we filed, I believe, was filed on Wednesday of this week.
Okay. So the reasons that you're asking for removal now, protective custody of Genevieve, is that were allegations that were already contained in a petition for Wayne County, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And these allegations are not based on any information or facts since the last hearing in Wayne County, correct?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Is the petition that you filed in Otsego essentially contain the same allegations as the petitions that were filed in Wayne County? I believe that was your testimony, correct?
Correct.
So there's nothing new, no new information or facts in the Otsego petition from the new in nature, apart from the allegations in the petition in Wayne County, correct?
Correct. And I can go over the
same allegations. No, I don't need you to go into that. And you testified that there is an issue of concern about flight, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What did you have the opportunity to speak to Ann Sullivan? She worked with CPS.
I talked to her briefly on the 3rd.
Okay. And what did you talk to her about?
Just how things were going with how the visit and
what visit?
She was requested to go verify the child was in the county and still in the state of Michigan.
Okay, and she discussed with you the condition of the child when she saw the child?
Not specifically the condition the child was in.
Did she mention that she'd done a well check on the child?
Sorry, you cut off there.
Did she say that she did a well check on the child in Otsego County? Okay.
Let me repeat it for you, counsel. The question was, did she tell you that she'd done a wellness check on the child in Otsego County?
Sorry, I can hear you now. My connection's unstable, Your Honor, but I'm getting the message.
Go ahead, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Did Ms. Sullivan tell you that she had done a well check on the child in Otsego County?
Yes.
Did she raise any concerns about the condition or welfare of the child at that time?
No.
The child appeared to be safe?
Well, she didn't say the child appeared to be safe, but our concerns in Wayne County still met.
I understand, but the child wasn't upset, wasn't crying, wasn't injured, was safe. You don't have any information to suggest that when Ann Sullivan did the well check on the child in Otsego County, that the child was in any imminent risk of harm, correct?
From Ann Sullivan.
Is that a yes?
Not from Ann Sullivan.
Right, but she did a well check on the child in Otsego County, right?
Yes.
And, okay, no further questions.
All right, thank you very much. All right, I am satisfied that for Otsego County part in this, that there was sufficient basis to remove the child from the home. There was substantial risk of harm. No other arrangement or safeguard was to remove the substantial risk of harm was reasonably available. It's contrary to the child's welfare to remain within the home. There were reasonable efforts were made to eliminate the need for removal, and the conditions away from the parent are adequate to safeguard the child's health and welfare. I believe that the forum that would best be served to make additional decisions about this case is Wayne County, where the case has already been started. And it was, I believe, already had a preliminary hearing back in June. So I'm going to transfer jurisdiction now that this court has taken it with the child being in Otsego County at the time that it was removed. We'll transfer jurisdiction back down to Wayne County, and counsel, you may be able to present all of your arguments down there to the court that has much more knowledge about the case than I do. So I find the removal petition was appropriate to protect the child's safety and welfare, and all of the other arguments can be made in the Wayne County family court. So I'm going to authorize that or conclude that the order was properly issued in this particular case, and we'll simply transfer it on Monday morning when we have an opportunity to get back in the office. Counsel, is there anything else that you'd have me do today?
No, other than to consider revisiting your decision, Your Honor. The decision that you're making is based on allegations that were originally presented in the Wayne County Circuit Court. There's nothing new to justify taking the child into protective custody since that petition was filed. This is just a rehashing of the same allegations that were put in that Wayne County petition, Your Honor. I think it's a miscarriage of justice to simply rubber stamp what CPS is seeking to do here, which is essentially a forum shop. And I'm frankly shocked that there's been no presentation of any evidence whatsoever to justify this. This is just, like I said, this is information that was already subject to a previous petition. There's no new information presented. He testified and admitted there's no information presented to the court in this Otsego County petition to warrant protective custody. It's just rehash what was already in Wayne County, and we have an ongoing case there, and the court chose not to remove the child as of yet. So I'm at a complete loss, Your Honor. I'm just very disappointed.
Well, counsel, you're going to have an opportunity to make those exact same arguments to the court in Wayne County. From my review of the petition, I do find that there are additional allegations. Second to the last paragraph in the petition presented to me says that a preliminary hearing was held in June on the case you referenced in Wayne County to request removal. The hearing was adjourned until July the 9th. CPS has then been unable to locate the family since the day of the prelim. home visit was attempted on June 27th, June 28th, June 29th, and 7/1, which was unsuccessful. And CPS had been unable to reach Rebecca Richardson via phone. Then on 6/20, the next paragraph says that on 6/27/25, CPS specialist Johnson contacted a Kinder Care Learning Center in Canton. During the visit, conversation was held with the director, reported an email from Rebecca Richardson on the 24th that Genevieve, the child in this case, will not be present at daycare for a few days due to a CPS safety plan. And the CPS specialist informed the child care person the CPS had not established a safety plan prohibiting the child from attending daycare. So there was additional information available to me as a judge to indicate that there had been some issue with the child no longer being in Wayne County and the CPS not knowing where the child was. The CPS made attempts to contact the child and were unable to do so. We've now found the child. I've taken jurisdiction so the child can be transferred back down to the Wayne County Court, and you can make your allegations and arguments within the Wayne County court system. So in my view, there's no harm and no foul. And so that's how we're going to proceed. Thank you all very much. Mr. Rader, is there anything else that you would wish the court to do today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, that's all for today then. Thank you all very much. Appreciate your time and energy.
Kidding me.
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. Today is a absolute He's an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself somehow.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed, we're going to start bringing people in person. You're going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
No patience. Trust me, after today, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.